Thing. So today we're taking a look at what if the alien costume had possessed Spider-Man. This is the True Believers edition. This comic originally came out as What If issue number 4 from the 1989 run, and this is one of my favorite what if storylines, guys, because I think it says from the title, this is what if the symbiote had totally bonded with Peter. In this comic, it not only completely bonds with Peter, it also bonds with Thor and Hulk, and this is an alternate universe. It doesn't happen in the main 616 storyline. In the main universe, Venom bonds with Hulk in the Absolute Carnage storyline in issue number 3, so that happens many years later. But this happens around the time of Amazing Spider-Man issue 258, and that was almost back when, just right after the events of Secret Wars happened. A huge shout out to Epic King Comics for helping me get this issue, and it looks beautiful in condition. So let's take it out of the bag and the board. Further into this video, be sure to hit the like button and share this with your friends. You can subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more such videos. I would deeply appreciate the support. Alright guys, I have the coming out of the bag and the board, and as you can see over here, it is in beautiful condition. There's nothing that pleases a comic collector more than to see a comic in such amazing condition, and this cover itself is so amazing. You can see Spider-Man standing there like a total Chad. He's taking the hits from Thor, who's swinging the Mjolnir, from Hulk, from Mr. Fantastic, and also from Black Cat, and he is unwavering. Well, it's not him, it's actually the symbiote, but it's just a very cool cover that just shows how strong and powerful this Spider-Man has become. This is not a facsimile. This will have all modern day ads and won't have the same ads that was there in the original book, but that's fine with me because I'm just great and glad to have a single issue copy of this story. And also the paper quality in this is really good. So it starts off with the Watcher narrating and giving like a basic recap of what happens in the main storyline. And just another thing that I noted was, as I saw here, Mark Bagley did the artwork. I mean, bro, how many amazing artworks, and how early was his career in Marvel? Because I really don't know when he started his journey, but he's done some amazing work. So that was really awesome to see. So as I was saying, the Watcher gives us a recap of what happens in the original universe, where he talks about how Peter got the suit on the Battle World in Secret Wars number 8, where he discovers the black suit when his original suit was damaged in battle. And we get the recap over here where he comes back to Earth. This is from issue 252, ASM issue 252. He has a relationship with the Black Cat, which breaks up because she went and worked with Kingpin to get her bad luck powers, which breaks their relationship. But then later Peter notices that there's something weird with his lifestyle and routine as he wears the suit, because at this point he had not yet he was not yet aware of the fact that his suit is actually a symbiote. He just thought it was like an advanced alien technology. And then later he goes to Mr. Fantastic, who runs the tests, and then tells Peter that it's actually a sentient creature. So he uses the sonic beam and he captures it, but then later it tries to escape from there and bond with him again, which we saw in Web of Spider-Man number 1, which is where Peter thought he destroyed it, but then it goes on to become Venom, which we see in ASM 300. But in this particular universe, what happens is, even though Peter notices that there is something weird going on with him and his lifestyle, he doesn't go to Fantastic Four, or he does go, but they were not there at that time. And instead he goes to Kurt Connors, who was not able to find up anything in his diagnosis, so he leaves it unchecked for a while, and later he goes to get it checked from Mr. Fantastic. So like maybe a week or two after the original events happened in the 616 storyline. But in this universe it was pretty late, because within that 1 week the symbiote had completely bonded with Spider-Man. As you can see here, the symbiote is now talking that no power in the universe can separate us, and even Doctor Strange tries to use his magic, but it does not work, and this has become a very strong creature now. And the reason I like this is because this is so creepy-ish, and it's also a little misleading, because if you read the comics, the symbiote was actually an emotionless being. It was like after Venom that the symbiote got its reputation for being an evil alien, but it wasn't actually supposed to be alien. But again, it's up to each writer and how they interpret it. So around that time it was very popularly interpreted that the symbiote was an evil creature, so it bonds completely with Spider-Man, taking over his body, using his body like a fuel tank basically for its own purposes. And the symbiote just lives in for all that action and thrill that someone like a superhero creature like Spider-Man can offer, so it doesn't let go of Spider-Man. And then on the other side, Hulk was going on a rampage, so the Avengers come there to stop him, but Spider-Man decided to join the party. Or the symbiote taken over, Spider-Man decided to join the party, and as you can see here, Hulk is terrified looking at this Spider-Man, which is unwavering, which just launches itself at him and then lets go of Peter and then bonds with Hulk, and we had a Venom Hulk over here. And as you can see here, Peter is all old now because it has basically sucked the life out of Peter, and this is pretty accurate to what Sam Raimi wanted to do with Spider-Man 3, because if you see some of his concept arts and the original ending of Spider-Man 3, that's actually what happens. When the symbiote bonds to Eddie Brock, it actually kills him and leaves him behind as a skeleton when he gets pierced. And even there was a like where Peter saw Venom in the mirror, which was a deleted scene, and he sees, and if you see that particular image, it's actually like Peter is trapped in the Venom suit. So it was very freakish and horror like, and that's exactly what has happened here. I think he took his inspiration from this book. And as you can see, we have Venom Hulk. This is basically like a regular Venom because it's just Hulk, that like Venom that's all muscled up but with bigger teeth. But Venom was always supposed to be big and muscular, and Peter has become completely old over here. He goes to meet with his Aunt May and gives some sort of final goodbye, like as if he was Peter's friend. And later he's working with Reed Richards, trying to come up with a way to help Bruce Banner and get him rid from Venom symbiote. But it was too late because Peter is pretty old now. He's drained up from his life energy, so he dies, and all the heroes come up and give him a proper burial and pay their respects. Even Kingpin shows up saying that no matter how annoying he was, I always respected him as one of my most not adventurous RDS foes. So Kingpin had a certain amount of respect for Spider-Man as well, and Black Cat decides to go with Kingpin. And on the other side, Reed Richards is working using the notes that Peter made, and with his own scientific research they try to come up with methods to detach the symbiote from Bruce Banner, and they go searching for him. But then as you can see here, Bruce Banner or Venom Hulk is all ready for them, and instead now he decides to go in for the next target. So as he tries to go and attach with Thor is an Asgardian, so, and he's a god, so he's pretty strong, and they have a tough battle, and Thor just throws the hammer in Hulk's face, and the symbiote lets go of the Hulk. But it's not the Hulk, it's Bruce Banner. So maybe the symbiote ate up all of the gamma radiation that was there in Bruce's bloodstream, and Thor lets his guard down, and the symbiote latches onto Thor, and Thor is fighting to not get controlled by the symbiote, but it doesn't work. The symbiote is now very powerful. It has the powers of Spider-Man, it has the powers of Hulk, and it is slowly taking the powers of Thor himself, and now you have a venomized Thor. But actually look at this, he's holding Mjolnir, he's holding the hammer. So guys, let me know in the comments if I've missed this. At this point, had Odin not put his enchantment over the hammer that whoever is worthy can lift it, or was it that anyone who's powerful enough to just wield such a weapon can lift it? Because in this, Venom Thor actually wields the Mjolnir, although he never uses the lightning. He uses its ability to take in energy and throw it back out, or yeah, I guess he uses lightning as well. So this is interesting, guys. Let me know in the comments if that enchantment was not there at this point yet or not. This was like in 1989. So as you can see here, the Venom Thor goes into a cave so that they are undisturbed, and Venom can bond completely with Thor and then use up all of his energy as well, and practically he'll become an immortal. So at that time, the remaining Avengers and the Fantastic Four, the remaining heroes that are there, decide to send in Black Bolt into the cave, and he just screams over there, and using the sonic vibrations that was let out from his voice, Venom lets go of Thor, and they decided to first capture it rather than kill it. But Black Cat, it shoots the symbiote and kills it, because she would have stolen the notes that Peter had left behind and come up with her own sonic gun, which Kingpin would have helped build, and in exchange she becomes his lifelong servant, and that's where this story ends. So that was the video, guys. I really enjoyed this book and storyline. It's a very horrific and dark ending for Spider-Man, and it shows just how creepy the symbiote was, and it really took me about Spider-Man 3, because I have seen a lot of the videos of what was originally the choice and the plot line for how Venom would have been, how alien and horror like it is, and this story perfectly captures that. And I think this was the inspiration that Sam Raimi had as well when he was writing the story for Venom in Spider-Man 3. Let me know your thoughts about this book in the comments below, and I will catch you guys next time.